Good afternoon and welcome to Stellenbosch. It's a crisp afternoon here at Paul Roos Gymnasium for this Mutual and Federal Premier Inter-Schools derby between these two mighty schools. Paul Roos Gymnasium hosting Grey College, and it's a very good afternoon to my colleague, Panyani Shamangi.
Great afternoon. Brett, really good to be out here. Such a big game for these school kids. We've seen the parents coming in as we look at Marius Lowe, captain the Free State Craven Week team, also such a good player. In the traditional form of Free State flankers, big blindside flanker, good line-out jumper, good ball carrier, and plenty of talent in this Grey College team. Most of them have played Craven Week, but I tell you what, look out for that front row, very mobile, Andrew Duplessis and Martin Wiblinger, but the key player there is Marius Lowe. He really is the heartbeat of this team. Heinrich Sander, also a very good scrum half, really provides good surface for the backline, but all in all, Grey College teams never very weak. They probably come into this game as favorites, and the home team, Paul Roos, well, they'll be up against it. Not a team littered with stardust, but certainly a collective effort will be needed from them. Look out for Joel Hugh in the back line. He's got the ability to beat his defender. But really, a lot of these players are good pack. The conditions will suit their forwards. They're going to have to work hard to get on the front foot to provide ball for guys like Cavill now and Fortain.
So many Springboks have represented these two schools, the recent additions to the Grey College list totaling 40 Springboks. Piet van Zyl and Jan Serfontein, the most recent, and then Paul Roos, along with Grey College, have produced more Springboks than anyone else. And Willie Leroux, the most recent addition to this long conveyor belt of Springboks from Paul Roos Gymnasium. The referee for this afternoon's important derby, 25 consecutive years of rugby between these two sides. They've met 29 times all told. The referee is Divan Ace. And the teams have lined up and the crowd has risen for the national anthem. What an amazing atmosphere here on this chill afternoon in Stellenbosch, and they really are packed in here at Marcotta Field to conclude the 2013 season, which has been a good one for the visitors, Grey. They've played 18 games, won 16, and only have defeats to Affis and Outeniqua on their roster. Paul Roos, though, a very different complexion. Played 16, won just 6, and amongst those they'll include victories over Wynberg, Glenwood, Sachs, and Maritzburg College. But defeats to Paul Gym, Paul Boys High, Affis, and Grey PE mean that this is a big game for them. It almost will be all forgiven for the season if they manage to prevail over Grey today.
That's what generally happens with schoolboy rugby, the big derby game. You win that, all else is forgotten. But you're right, disappointing season for them. But at this level, it's all about enjoyment. The type of rugby you play, I feel, is key. You have an obligation to run the ball so everyone can get their hands on. And for these guys to actually enjoy it, not chase up and unders all day, but to actually have fun with ball in hand and remember the good tries they've scored.
Well, it's amazing how this field has stood up under the deluge. The B field and C field are absolutely underwater. This one, though, not too bad at all, and not a very good start that for Grey College. Kicking out on the full, immediately turning over possession to Paul Roos, who've taken it quickly on the far side of the field, trying to do a little something different. Joel Hugh takes it up towards the halfway line as the home side get a little early momentum. Nell for Tone. Good handoff at centre. That was by the number 8, Michael Mayer, into Grey territory. Turnover ball, Casper Fourie, winning for Grey on the deck. Sunder doesn't find space. Finds Edwin van der Merwe. Setting it up.
Use it!
Enterprising start. And certainly inclination to spin the ball even in these wet conditions. This is Hugh out on the right. Nice step, lovely step. Gets across the gain line. Looks like he's just lost it forward and certainly lost possession. Janssen van Vuren wins it. Sunder goes short side. In front of the packed stand of the schoolboys. It really is an excellent crowd here at Marcotta. Looking for territory, and we'll see, imagine, plenty of that today. It is very greasy underfoot with the amount of rain that's fallen here. Van der Merwe, you see, slips as he puts it onto his right boot, but finds touch, and enterprise shown by both sides before the first set piece.
Enterprising start, you're right, Brett, from both teams. Look at the old boys there. Good to see a lot of them out there supporting their schools. But really both teams that are known for throwing the ball around, so great start. Let it continue.
Gripping of the hooker will feed. Now goes to the front. Fourie in the scrum cap wins well. Down to Sunder. Oh, ball lost at centre by Coral Duro.
Knock on. 2 knocks. First one
Sadly,
blue.
we may see a fair amount of that because of these very wet conditions. The ball will get greasy quickly.
I almost snatched at that ball, the inside centre. Coral Doe, not a bad option there. The line out was good, a lot of movement in it, but good middle ball, so beautiful platform to work off for the Grey College youngsters. Really just a silly error from him.
Crouch.
See how the Paul Roos pack stands up to the bulk of Grey College.
Long bent, jij hier discovered. The arm.
What breeze there is. May just be
crouch.
At the back of Paul Roos in this first half.
Bind. Scrum. Stay 9. Advantage, knock on 9.
Space here for Paul Roos.
No advantage.
Breaks in field, but there was no advantage. Says Mr.
Knock on
Ace.
by 9, blue.
Little hand from Heinrich Sunder means that Paul Roos will scrum again.
Captain. Werk harder om je bint te krijgen. Jij ook. Langere bint.
Almost the same spot in the field.
Crouch. Bind.
Paul Roos with any inclination to put the ball on the boot, really, except out of defence. Early penalty goes the way of the home side.
Number 3, blue on the angle.
Well, in the angle, I thought actually, the refs got that the wrong way around. I thought Janssen van Vuren actually went straight, and the guy that went around was JP Buerta. That scrummed right into him because he's a short guy, built close to the ground, so really good platform, nice working position from him.
At the back is the captain, Christo van der Merwe for Tone. That's good hands in the back line by Tristan Kramer. Paul Roos will come again, this time through Carstens. Really having to clutch it in is van der Merwe. Protect possession will be the key today. Penalty is returned, this time Grey College win.
5 blue on his feet, all the right, holding on.
Yeah, that was good fetching from David Bezuidenhout. Nice tackle from the hooker, Martin Whiplinger, and the tall lock supporting his own body, well, just supporting his own body weight, straight over the pill.
Territory gained by Gray down that far touchline. Whiplinger will feed once more. The captain low claims this time down to Bezuidenhout and will roll it up.
Through the middle is fine.
Perfect
Okay, leave it now.
tactics for these conditions, and you can see possession so hard to retain.
Let it come, Red.
Mercifully not raining at the moment, but has done for any number of days and was earlier this morning. Intercept, oh, and lost by Meyer. The counter now by Grey College. Immelman with a little dart. Grey College win the penalty again.
Out. The ruck beat to number 5.
It's wonderful control from
5 Red.
Grey College. They almost gave that intercept away. But Brett, these conditions, there's nothing wrong with these conditions. It is heavy underfoot because of all the rain we've had during the week, but the ball won't be slippery. There's not much wind to speak of, so it's good conditions. It's old school traditional winter conditions that me and you grew up in playing rugby. So really, it is good conditions to enjoy for the players. A bit heavy underfoot, but they won't mind that.
Long range attempt here from Grey College for the first points of the afternoon. There's the distance, there's the strike, should have the distance and the direction. That's a great start for Grey College.
Number 5, the ruck beat.
And their supporters are delighted. 7 minutes gone and they have 3 points on the board.
Well, what Grey College have done well is they've dominated territory, and mistakes do come. You've got a kicker like Rotenbach. He will punish you.
Fortuyn with a restart. It's a low flat kick and he returns the compliment. The first kickoff that Grey College had to start the game, they kicked it dead, and Paul Roos have infringed in the same manner.
Actually cool more.
Always an attacking option in a position such as this midfield scrum.
Stay straight. Crouch. Fine. Scrum.
Sunder feeds. Good base for Grey. And the intercept. Away comes the skipper, Van der Merwe, looking for support. Finds it eventually from low. Here comes Paul Roos. Fortuyn fainted inside. Buitendach is there, the big lock forward to reclaim. Christoph van der Merwe, the skipper's been involved on any number of occasions already. Still going right. Muller-Brink. Now they got a few bodies out in the left here. The little toe through from the number 8 Meyer. Chase is on. Could be a useful tactic. Pressure on the Grey College line. And he's carried it over. And Paul Roos with a huge opportunity.
It was a great kick from Michael Meyer to put Grey College under pressure. Really good. But that intercept, the number 8 from Grey Plum, Alex Jonker, who took too long behind the base. And Christoph van der Merwe managed to get his hands onto that.
Huge opportunity for the home side, having just been put behind by that wonderful penalty kick from Rotenbach. Important scrum. Opportunity. Oh, Fortuyn leaves it behind. Van der Merwe reacted well and quickly so that the damage can be repaired, but they've lost ground of Paul Roos.
Ball.
Grey College holding it up as Paul Roos get the drive on. Turnover.
Yeah, unfortunate for Paul Roos. Just 1 or 2 passes. But Paul Roos are a team that can excite. Really great skills, coached by Davy Sneeman. So they'll know what they're doing in the back line. The skills should be up there, but trying a lot, nothing really coming of it. Great strength from the grade pack, just to hold the Paul Roos player up.
Crouch.
Mutual and Federal,
Line.
Premier Inter-Schools
Scrum.
derby. And as big a one as you're likely to see as the front rows pop up, and penalty to Paul Roos, and a gilt-edged opportunity to level the scores.
Oh, look at the scrum penalty. JP Buerta.
Number 3, blue.
Oh, well, he's scrumming in the whole time. Again, the ref has got this one wrong.
The tight head from Grey College, Kali Janssen van Vuren, looking a little bit bemused, and perhaps with just cause.
Yeah, and I can tell you why, Brett, because JP Buerta is turning his backside towards the touchline. The loose head is not allowed to scrum in, and he's scrumming in up on top of that.
Joel Hugh to level the scores. You can see what awaits him. Makota has gone quiet. There's the big pavilion away to the right. Oh, he shoved it. You won't get many easier than that. And that is all about pressure.
Makota is still quiet. They can't believe that. Yeah, well, a kicker's allowed to loosen it.
So the chance to level the scores goes amiss. Charge down. Oh, the first to react is Yonka. He's done well to take it to the 10 and protect possession for Grey College. Sondo arrives, and away they come. That's a lovely burst from Duplessis, taking it to halfway. Trying the short side. JP Buerta was quickly around to smother Sander. The drive on again by Grey College, just into Paul Roos' half. Janssen van Vuren runs into a brick wall. Still Grey have it and starting to get a bit of rhythm. Attempted to towed through by Sander. The ball falls kindly for Paul Roos, and they win the scrum.
Scrum red.
The magnitude of the fixture perhaps just showing itself in these first dozen minutes or so. Began with promise, but it's been a touch scrappy since then. Now Paul Roos away, and Fortuin runs. Creates a bit of space out on the right. This is Hugh on the cut. Christian Palm has shown some good running. Paul Roos win a penalty and perhaps another chance to draw level.
Come through the gate. Gate back. 7 and 8.
Both the Grey College Lucies get penalised. Is it Alex Yonka? Both of them, well, saying not coming through the gate. But loads of competition in the breakdown. It's important just to try force that turnover, force players in the opposition to come in and clean. And it does make it easier for your defense.
A bit of territory now, Shimmy, and it's time they put points on Paul Roos. Here's another chance with a line out inside the 22. To the back they go. It's good
Release blue!
To pick up the tap by Nel.
Use it!
And now they'll have to pick and go. Buerta to set it up. Now the chance for Nel to release Fortuin. The inside break is from Gallo. They'll come again with quick ball. Kramer, little switch to Brink. Good defense from Grey College. Nel digs once more. They're lining up outside him. Fly half for Tone has another go.
Side entry.
They give away a penalty.
Side entry. Number 2
I
red,
mentioned
side
that
entry.
pressure at the breakdown. Alex Jonker forcing Jacques Vassell to come in from the side. And that's just intensity at the breakdown, getting to the ball first and winning that contest.
Well, the penalty hasn't found touch, although Brink couldn't gather it. It's gone backwards and he feeds up to Meyer, almost up to the centre spot. And a chance with numbers to the left, good hands. Christoph van der Merwe, he has a go, the skipper, he looks a good one. Nel, there's Fortuyn again, that looked forward to Van Sale, not ruled so by referee Ace. As they get across the gain line, not protecting the ball well, or they're going to win a penalty.
No, 7. Play the
Advantage being played, so they'll try something again. Fortuyn with a long skip, finds its way out to Hugh eventually. Just loses his footing as he steps in field. They'll still work the short side. Brink up to van der Merwe. That's good stuff from the winger. But with no advantage being gleaned, they'll come back for the penalty.
Well, the Paul Roos machine starting to warm up. A lot of play outside of 10. And what they're doing well is, yeah, that middle pod is making meters. So the whole time, they're creating pressure through good attack. And if you look both sides of the field, there is space around the edges. So Paul Roos just need to get that ball wide to guys like Joel Hugh, Miller Brink, and Edwin van der Merwe. We saw his acceleration, his pump into contact. If they can get those offloads going, well, they'll start running in the tries.
Well, he missed an easy one to begin with. This one is straight down the center of the field. Perhaps a little bit more distance, but again, one he'd expect to get. Pressure to draw level. Strikes this a lot better. Direction is good as well. It's 3-3 here at Makota.
Well, fantastic reply from Paul Roos, and they deserve those 3 points. Well, it could have been 6-up if he didn't have the shock in the beginning, his first kick.
But certainly, aside for their record this season, they haven't been overawed by the grey machine. Yeah, and again, kicking off from the centre spot, straight into touch. That's 3 we've seen, and they've all done the same thing.
Bretton, you speak about Paul Roos. The last game I did here, they actually played against Paul Jim, and Paul Jim, I think, unbeaten in the Western Cape. It was a pretty close game, and it was a kick or two where Paul Roos could have actually come back and maybe pulled off a surprise victory. So lots of heart in this team, and it's just 1 or 2 handling errors that generally let them down.
Crouch.
Opportunity.
Fine. Scrum.
Calvin Nell feeds a scrum under pressure.
Same ball.
Still have the feed.
It's not like to. Take it this side.
Well, the war cries and the vocal cords are certainly booming out from
Crouch.
the schoolmates of the two teams.
Fine.
They're getting very animated.
Scrum.
That's brilliant.
Here comes Nell, away to Fortuyn. Long ball out to van der Merwe with a bit of space. That's a great break inside by Gallo. Gallo looking for support. They just overrun him slightly as the try line loomed. Gray good in defence, but they give away a penalty.
Let's play number 14, daylight. 14 blue, daylight.
It was a great break.
It's a very good front break from Matt Gallo. Backed himself, pinned his ears back, and got the break. You got to take your man on in this level of rugby. And that Edward side pass to the trick that beat Carl Doe. He almost did the right thing there. A chip wouldn't have been a bad idea, but there was no options because the Grey defenders were in between the ball.
Well, from the penalty that ensued, they've set up the line out. Grey have contested,
Use it.
but Paul Roos have it. Fortuyn. Infield to Kramer. Got his hands around the tackle. Picked up by van der Merwe. There the posts. Paul Roos sniff opportunity here. Nell with a long ball out to Meyer, the number 8. And they've given away a penalty of Paul Roos in that attacking position. That'll be soul destroying. Good defence again by Grey.
Very good defense. But I must say, it's also promising attack from Paul Roos. What Paul Roos are lacking now, it's just a bit of intensity at the breakdown. Almost expecting that offload and not the guy to go to ground.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that they get there first, clean that ball out, because the pressure certainly is coming from the Paul Roos attack.
Niels.
So Gray with a chance to get their hands on the ball. Paul Roos have had the bulk of territory in possession in this first quarter. Low, the skipper calls it to himself. And advantage being played, and the cruise to
red.
Grey College. Now we saw Rotenbach thump one over from just inside
red side
Paul
entry.
Roos half. Is this within his compass? Second time Jacques Van Zyl been pinged for side entry. The line out is the elected option, and that's a very good kick.
Yeah, and what Grey College is sort of weathered this Paul Roos storm on D, and now it comes to accuracy or conversion rate in the 22. You don't get many opportunities in this area. When you get down there, you got to make it count.
There goes low again.
That's a maul.
Down to Yonka.
Seven red.
The roving maul. And it's controlled, and it's moving inexorably towards the try line. It looks under. Oh, it just starts to go to ground now. They'll come back for
7 red.
another penalty to Gray.
7 red side entry.
If
7 red
Paul
side
Roos
entry.
have done their homework, he just marked
Voilà.
Marius learned the line out. Every line out has gone to him. He really is the heartbeat of this Grey College team. Provides a good platform, he's good on the ground, and is the leader. That great line out throw here, well executed line out. Let's just see the side entry, so they've got it at the back, they're driving it nicely.
Well, they've elected to take the kick at goal. Right down on the Paul Roos try line. Perhaps a thought of another line-out catch and drive option. Not so. Stephen Rotenbach is very accurate with his left foot. Succeeded from long range with his solitary kick at goal. And this to put Gray back in front. Into what breeze there is. Solid strike. And an accurate strike as well. Beautiful contact made by Rotenbach, puts Gray back in front.
Yeah, Rotenbach is a sharp shooter. We saw him in Polokwane for the Craven Week. Really can kick them from a long way out. Tall center, tall center. He still can offer a lot in attack also.
Now, will a kicker keep the ball in play? This time, no doubt, and it's allowed to bounce. That could always be awkward, but a good gather by Reinders. Sander hoists. Pressure as Nell takes and does well. Gets the pass away to Brink, who sees some space across field. Going across is Immelman. He won't have to worry. It's gone straight into touch. You can almost just feel, yes, they've gone in front, Shimmy, but having weathered that Paul Roos storm, Gray just changing the momentum now.
Yeah, and you know, rugby, you have to defend and attack. So the purpose is just to make sure one side you get the points, other side you stop them. And so for Grey College are managing to stop Paul Roos from scoring. That is cute.
And it's also not forward off the fingertips of Casper Fourie. So here's Fortuin. Gallo. Out to Van der Merwe with a bit of space. Lovely step in field, still going, look for support, finds it for Brink. The score! Well, referee Ace is not convinced. I think we're going to go to TV review. Is he? Oh, the call may have come from the touch judge. It has. It has. No try.
Short pass.
Well, I thought the initial pass to put the winger into space was forward.
Crouch.
Wow, big
Fine.
call. That was such a wonderful piece of rugby. Denied by the merest of inches.
It's up, same ball.
Well, it's a fair call from the TMO. Grey College under pressure. Well, his hands have gone backwards. The pass, the
ball's floated forward.
Floated
That's
forward.
much earlier in the move. It was that, as you say, the last pass that was on the inside ball to Muller Brink.
Scrum.
Really tight call. And now another
Number 1, side entry.
penalty to Grey College.
Side entry number 1, red. On the angle. Je moet er echt bij. Je moet er echt bij. Je moet er echt bij.
Fred, this is a classic example of what happened earlier on. And Grey College, he's saying, I told you so. And that's exactly that. And that's the consistency that people complain about. Because the referees just turn penalties around.
Rippling up. Ball lost.
2 knocks there. First from
Paul
blue,
Roos with a
then
chance
from
to
red.
get hands on it again.
From
They've had their chances, have the home side, but they trail on the scoreboard. They've got another chance after this error.
Yeah, he's releasing his hands too. And that's why the ball is graining very low and hard like that. But Grey College line out, the last 2 lineouts were they're lucky they didn't give away a try from the last lineout. And this time round,
That's better.
messing it up.
Nel, away to Van der Merwe, who really has been part of their attacks. He presents well on this occasion. Buitendag protects. Van Sale will take it on.
Release! 5!
As Paul Roos come again. A little chip. Oh, that's beautifully picked up by Sunder.
Release!
The diminutive scrum half, very brave, going down to his bootstraps. Counter from Paul Roos, but still Gray protect.
Step, step. Use it!
Under pressure, couldn't get the kick away. It was good work by Paul Roos. No panic from Gray though. Immelman. Out to Rotenbach, he's got speed. The handoff of Van der Merwe, he's still going. Brink makes the tackle. That was a lovely run from Rotenbach.
Release!
Meyer the first to react to try and protect the ball for Paul Roos. He hasn't got support and number there, and Paul Roos have given away the penalty.
And 11 sealing off. And you sealing off.
Rhythmic play from Grey College and getting it out wide to
Holding on
Rotenbach.
and 11 red sealing off.
That's great passing from Henry Immelman. Well, he just has to dive there. Is that Edward van der Merwe just has to make the dive, and you would have caught him a lot earlier. But the pressure being created by Grey College, finding space out wide
Jy's voor.
in the tracks.
Lyn is die middel.
This time, they've elected for the bolder of the options. Rotenbach isn't called upon to kick it post. They've set up
On
the
the line,
line-out
Red.
for the catch and drive. Trying to make a statement. Rippling up. There's Lowe, the
Okay, that's the
skipper.
ball, red.
Down to Yonka. And the weight and bulk of this grey pack now will drive towards the line. Can Paul Roos prevent the score? It's all gone to ground, and the use it call had come.
That's a ball.
That could be so
Ball is in
important
the air,
defence
it's a
for
ball.
Paul
You
Roos.
still lose it. Don't have to more left.
The question you've got to ask is, the mall's formed, how did that mall collapse? Because Grey College had they had the advantage that they were going forward. If anything, that should be a penalty the other way around.
The bulk of the crowd in here, and it really is an excellent crowd here in at Marcotta Field in Stellenbosch. Never mind, the decision went the way of the maroon side. Away to Joel Hugh as they run out of defence. That's a lovely bit of pace from the right wing. Saw support in field, and eventually it does come. This is Meyer taking it up towards the 10 metres line. Now they've got numbers out on the left. Fortuyn, Kramer toes it ahead. Forward comes Immelman. Bravely done by the grey fullback. And he gets support from Johan Nel. Sander under pressure, gets away from Brink, but not from van der Merwe and from Buitendag. So Gray can regroup. Slowing things down. Nellen at scrum half. Away to Swartz. Forwards in the back line. Can always be touch dangerous, and they've lost it. And Paul Roos will have the ball once again.
Come on, Brett, give the forwards some credit. Forwards in the back line. That is beautiful. Oh, that's not a bad pass from Andrew Du Plessis, who can also cover hooker. A great break from Joel Hugh. He's a very, very balanced runner, I must say. You know, he's got a lot of pace and knows how to turns inside, force that offload. And that's the danger of Paul Roos. You know, the weather that storm, but well spotted by the youngster, not going for the kicks, identifying space, and going for the long run.
Here they come again. Fortuyn, deeper. Across field to Hugh. Again, he steps. Supported his shoulder. Van der Merwe clears out the defenders. Sloan coming for Nel. They're very flat, the Greybacks, so it has to be the forwards that take it up. Lohan low. And it's been stolen now by Gray and counter-stolen by Michael Meyer. Paul Roos win again. Nel thought of kicking. It was a little bit indecisive, and the space closed down very quickly. He'll keep it amongst the forwards now. Penalty, Paul Roos. Chance to level the scores.
2 blue side entry. Number 2 blue. Voila.
And that is the elected option. Joel Hugh would have been lifted by his success with his previous attempt. And this is pretty close to his earlier failure, however. And it's nothing less, you feel, Shimmy, than Paul Roos deserved to draw level here, but there's no guarantees.
No, definitely, you got to make sure you get the 3 points. But what Paul Roos do well, Joel Hugh, how many times have we seen him run with the ball in hand? So their strength certainly is out wide in the wings. Van der Merwe, Joel Hugh, and Miller Brink. So from that on, they cause broken play opportunities, and you know, with that, a lot of breakdowns. You got to make the right decisions. Pressure comes from the attacking game.
To draw level. Again, shoved away badly. And Gray through Nel will thump it down that far touchline. So another chance goes a-begging for the home side. Still very much in it. In fact, they've probably shaded possession. They've shaded in terms of the initiative, but Gray lead on the scoreboard as the minutes tick away to end this first half. Won by Carstens. Here will come Paul Roos again through the skipper, Van der Merwe. That's Brink. Inside ball to Meyer. Gets that away to Van der Merwe, just can't gather. Just lost it forward.
2 knocks.
And so Gray will scrum.
First from red, then from blue.
Yeah, a lot of play breaking down, but nice to see Christopher Van der Merwe getting that pass out wide to Michael Meyer. A nice intricate move, little gaps opening up. Paul Roos can get 1 or 2 of those passes together where they've broken the line. They'll certainly get dividends from that.
Scrum.
Gray scrum.
Stay 9.
Sander. Away to Swart, under pressure. Finds the safety of touch. The last opportunity perhaps in this half for Paul Roos to get some points again. Nice clean take low. Nel down to Fortuyn. Gallo the inside ball from Kramer.
Just a tackle.
really have shown good creativity. There's another little inside pop to Michael Meyer from Miller-Brink. Nell will switch to the left. Fortuyn, the big men line up. Buitendach.
Roll 2!
Takes it up towards the 22. Fortuyn sees a little space infield. It closes very quickly. But still they protect the ball well. Jerome Korf. Meyer, the number 8, tries to release the ball, get his hands around the tackle. But they're showing good patience here of Paul Roos. Here's Korf again, good tackle from Gray. Nell again, Fortuyn. Kramer, the big centre, is brought down by Duplessis.
Just a tackle.
Fortuyn has to go into a scrum-half position. Nell is enveloped immediately by Gray, and it looks like they may have stolen it. Excellent defence by Grey College. Swartz can put it on his right boot, and Paul Roos will have to work all the way back up the field again. Meyer, the number 8, involved once more. And quickly up on the defensive line was the men in blue. And Meyer a little isolated. Oh, Paul Roos perhaps will be very pleased to get a penalty in that situation.
6 blue.
Great composure early on from Grey College. On dear, beautiful steal from Kaliatsa van Vuren to get that ball back. Eventually the breakaway.
Fortuyn sticks it into touch, and with that, the end of the first half is half shaded on the scoreboard by Grey College, but Paul Roos will certainly know, with the ball they've had, the territory they've had, that they do have the winning of this match in their capability.
One more.
The Grey boys will be happy that their side has managed to stay ahead through the 2 penalties. But at half-time here at Marcotta, it's Grey College 6, Paul Roos Gymnasium 3.